No pukesters helping me to the left, and no pukesters helping me to the right. Didn't need them then, don't need them now.
You are the ex-champion, Olin.
Now this is the way, Tony and David, that you do the figure 4 leg lock.
I've been getting tons of, it feels like my algorithm right now, because, you know, I've been trying to get us into a house and whatnot, or looking at houses and things like that. I feel like my algorithm is nothing but realtor ads. They're all like all the realtor ads. I swear, it's probably like the way people look at DJs. You know how we always promote in our shows and whatnot.
Yeah,
because they're always like, I got a house here, I got a house here, I got a house here, and it's always the same type of look.
Yeah,
and there's only a few realtors that like actually put creativity into their work. Like there's a chick in here, actually locally, that went pretty viral on TikTok, where she's actually like telling the truth about it. She's like, yeah, this is a house here in Holiday in Utah, 3-bedroom house. You might have neighbors that smoke weed. You might have neighbors that are very earthy. Like she's like doing that, or if it's in Magna, she's like steps into Magna stereotypes. But I feel like that's a marketing plan that's like, to me, I think it's genius, because it's like, oh, this is funny. Like,
well, it stands out. It's different.
Exactly. So I'm taking one of those. I'm going to take that approach in what I try to do next.
Do you remember, let's say like 08, 07-ish, when if someone had a really dope, well, we'll just take rap, for instance, like local rap. If someone had a really dope video, you were like, wow, they are head and shoulders above everybody.
The song wouldn't even be good, but the
video could look fire. Like C. Lee did the video, right? Shout out to C. Lee. And now it's like anyone can make a dope looking video for the most part. And I feel like social media, there, I'm going to sound old, and I'm almost old. End of the year, I'll be old. But social media has really like watered down everything from rap to comedians to wrestling podcasts to podcasts in general. It's like, this is not a conversation for this podcast, but how does one stick out and be different in all these different areas? Like when I think about new rappers, and I won't speak locally by any means, but La Russell's the only one where I'm like, he really sticks out because of what he does and how much work he does. But I'll be damned if there aren't 40 new artists every Thursday dropping some kind of bullshit on Apple Music, but then having like videos that look like low key kind of cool. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right, but at the same time, there are newer artists. I mean, you look at
Coyote,
Ray Vaughn, right? You see what's going on with Ray Vaughn and Joey Badass.
Joey.
Like, so I mean, not to say Joey's a newer artist, Joey's been out forever, but
yeah,
it's like a resurgence. It's like a breath of fresh air where new ears are listening to these artists that may have not got the shine that they had once before. I mean, you put me on the Coyotes, so it's like I think there are dope artists that do something different, but
I guess my point is it's so oversaturated with people that look like they make quality work. Like if you just, let's say we were deaf, God forbid, and I'm on my way. You just blew out my eardrums before we started recording because you had your shit turned all the way up. But like, if we were deaf and we just looked at shit, we'd be like, wow, these guys must, or this woman, this person must be really top tier at what they do. But everyone's content looks that way now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm almost to the point where it's like, let's get an old camera and make it look grainy and shitty. And that would be different.
Yeah, a lot of things are shiny and polished, but at the same time, it's like that's what we asked for, right? That's the number one thing we've been asking for. You go back to 08, we're like, man, why doesn't everybody have clean, crisp cut footage?
Because it cost a lot of money, but now it's cheap.
But now it's cheap, right? Technology has evolved in a place where we can just pop up and record our thoughts on this week's wrestling event. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, how do we stand out from that? For us, it's cool because we're the only ones in our community that does it. But at the same time, it's like, how do we elevate that to get new eyes and new ears and be different from the other 10,000 wrestling talk platforms?
Yeah, we need to get like, O'Shea Jackson does his thing. Like, we need to get like one of Hog Boss's kids to talk wrestling.
You know what's funny? Actually, I just interviewed an artist by the name of C4.
Uh-huh.
He's actually a big wrestling fan.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, he has a cool album out. He's a Polynesian artist. He might have ties to the bloodline. You know what I mean? So
You never know. You never know.
just never know.
You never know.
Hey, I was thinking about something before we jump into wrestling talk. I had an idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
An idea, and this thing it jumped into my brain, and I was thinking this could be a moneymaker.
Oh, all right. Let's hear. Are you sure you want to share it here?
Yeah,
No.
you know why?
Okay.
Because
Okay.
it's in a mechanic area. You know. What I mean?
Perfect. I need brakes. I need my brakes changed ASAP. Go ahead.
Okay, so same kind of thing. I have a tire management thing that popped on an alert. So I was thinking, how cool would it be if there was a garage where you can rent a bay, right, and you can do it yourself? But obviously, this isn't a new concept. But with my concept, it would come with a mechanic that you can actually get. It'll be a membership, right? You can pay a monthly membership fee, and you can go and rent these bays out. So for your breaks, you can rent a bay out on a Sunday afternoon, and there will be a video thing where you just click brakes, and it shows you put make and model, and it shows you step by step how to change your own brakes.
Yeah.
You're gonna be cutting your costs maybe in half. And if you have something more complex like a transmission or something, boom, you need help, you need guidance, you just push the help icon, and now a licensed mechanic comes down and walks you through how to change this damn transmission. You do it yourself, and it cuts your at least labor costs, right? You have the cost of the materials, but it cuts your labor labor costs in half.
Yeah, that'd be good. I wish I would have paid attention, but I had a friend, my boy Weecho's nephew, actually, who was like, Weecho's got a big family, and his nephew was like 3 years younger than us. But this kid could fix cars like nobody's business, and he still can. He's just very busy now. He has 3 kids himself. He's always working. But I used to be able to take my car to him, no lie, and fix whatever was wrong for like a quarter of the cost. Because that's just all he did. I would buy the, whatever materials or whatever parts, and then he would just fix it. And I miss those days because now I have to go with some bullshit place, and they're like, "Hey, we got to do this and this and this and this and this." And I get it in some ways for their warranties, because they don't want to come back and say, "Oh, this failed because blah blah blah." But it's like, damn, like, why can't I get a mechanic that's just like, "Hey, I need my brakes changed." That's it. Don't even look at the rest of the car. Don't even keep your eyes right here on these brakes. Okay, eyes up here or down here, wherever.
Yeah, but I see the other side of that too, where we might fix your brakes, but your maybe the axle is hanging on by a thread, and you don't know.
Well, then tell me that, but don't. I feel like shit just gets changed to get changed. Okay,
I feel more money.
I'm in sale. I'm in a form of sales. I understand it. Bring in more money, the same amount of work. I'm under here. I might you're not. Might as well, because I can go a long time until I need that shit fixed. That's why I don't go to the dealership anymore.
Oh man, don't get me started on the dealership, man. Yeah.
Anywho, there was wrestling since we last talked. Did you know that?
There was a lot of wrestling and a lot of big things happening coming up real soon. We got Saturday night's main event. We got Battlegrounds coming up.
Yeah. Shout out to non-WWE, our boy Manny Lemons, getting some work in the ABQ, Albuquerque, with AEW.
Yeah, I didn't like how they announced him fighting out of Albuquerque, though.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that, because I was about to say it too. Like, no, I get it. I know he's been down there and worked down there, but it's Salt Lake City. That's K-Town to be specific, if I remember right.
Should we call him and ask him if he's doing a whole? Is he changing his gimmick? Like, is he turning his back on Salt Lake City?
On the lake? Yeah, call him and see if he picks up.
I'd be very disappointed because I mean, come on now, this community is the one that you're fighting for.
Yeah,
It's the one that he's doing it for.
that's right.
Let's see if we can get Manny Lemons on the phone.
I love the blind calls. Those are my favorite.
Hello, 1 second.
Oh man, Manny, he's put us on hold. Manny,
What's up, brother?
hey, you're on the podcast, so don't say nothing incriminating. It's me and Will Wonder here. Hey, we were just shouting you out for the new look that you got. Was it AEW?
Yeah, AEW, brother.
Now, there was a point in the clip that we had a problem with, and we need to talk to you about it. Do you
I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay, you probably do. When you were announced and they said fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, what is going on there? Because you're fighting out of Salt Lake City, Utah. You put the 801 on your back all over the globe. So why the change?
It was the story for the match. So he came out probably like a minute before cutting a promo, basically just crapping all over Albuquerque and whatnot. So I think that was the story.
Right.
Yeah, it was. I think it was just honest, like hiccup. Even I was that gorilla, like, oh man, I don't know. It was like a hesitation of like going out the curtain if you didn't notice. I was kind of like slow.
Okay. Well, I was wondering. I was like, I hope Manny ain't changing up the gimmick. I hope he ain't going to.
He's going to turn into like Walter White all of a sudden out of the ABQ, you know?
Nah, still holding us down to 801, boys. You know how we do.
All right, perfect.
All right. How's everything going on in your world, man? Is there anything that we can promote or help you promote?
I'm blessed, bro. I mean, that AEW thing was pretty big. I think they're going to bring me back out to the Denver loop and a couple other loops. But obviously, we got Devotion Catch Wrestling coming up June 7th out of Lighttree. So that's the next local one for all Utahns listening.
Awesome. DevotionChampionshipWrestling.com?
Yes, sir. Or on Instagram or X or even Facebook.
All right, brother. Well, we appreciate you, brother, and we'll talk to you soon.
Hell yeah, brother. Thanks, man. We'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
Peace. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Part of the story. Maybe we need to catch the whole thing and not just the clip.
Yeah.
But cool look. Another good look from Manny Lemons.
Yeah.
He got a good
zest
pop.
of the best.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
The man, the brand, the king of the lemonade stand.
Yeah. Yeah. So
should we start with the big news with WrestleMania?
Yeah. Going back to Las Vegas.
Yep. LV. What's the thoughts on this? I mean, we had the Netflix day one debut. Rocky comes out, changes the whole theme of his theme song to a New Orleans theme, announces that New Orleans is going to be the next stop for WrestleMania. And yesterday, it felt like wrestling Twitter and wrestling world just went crazy with the news that New Orleans actually will not be the home of WrestleMania 42. And in fact, we didn't know what the home was going to be. There was speculation that it could be back to Hollywood, New York, maybe out of the country. Mm-hmm. And this morning, they dropped the news that they are going back to Las Vegas.
Yeah, I hate Las Vegas. My friend, our friend, your friend, Daniel is very excited about this. Very excited about this news. That's his second home. He actually has like a little studio apartment down there in Las Vegas where he stays when he goes to NHL games.
Oh, wow.
So he's excited about this. Me, I hate Vegas. And so I told him, like, yeah, I'll just be watching from my basement, you know. But it is a weird, like, is it just because of TKO? Like, did TKO make that call? Like, it seems, how could you get a city so excited to host the biggest event and then, JK? Like, I think they did something similar to Minnesota at one point. Is that right? And then that's why Minnesota has SummerSlam.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because what was it? Lucas Oil, whatever.
Yeah. No, not Lucas Oil. That's in Indy.
That's what I'm saying. It was supposed to be in Minnesota, but they went to Lucas Oil instead, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I feel. I mean, not to say that Mania, because I think Mania's had, or New Orleans has had Mania twice in like recent memory. So I guess not a big deal, but it is a big deal in the sense of like, but you already announced it. So
Yeah, what do you tell the wrestling fans in New Orleans, right? The wrestling fans, the families that are like, "Oh, wow, they're coming to our city. They're coming to
yeah,
New Orleans. Let's get
yeah,
tickets. Let's save up for this thing." And now
yeah,
you don't.
yeah. They say,
Like,
"I
what do
got
you
two
what
words for you," is what they
do
say.
you I personally it for me it's like it's whatever, right? Because I'm not going regardless. But for me, the first thing that came to mind was, oh, now they can redo night one because they night one was trash. Like I
Night
don't think
one. What was wrong with night one? There's nothing wrong with it.
night one was not good. Night
The
two
main
was.
event was incredible.
I mean, yes, that was the only thing. What else? What else was fire on night one of WrestleMania 41?
I'm trying to remember. Hold
That
on.
was it.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
Yeah, I felt like night two was way better. I mean, you open it up with that incredible triple threat with the women's match. Um, I think that was this. Who else was on that one? I forget. You're getting the
Stratton Flair was good.
that
Your
was night
boy,
one.
yeah, your boy Jay beat Gunther. I
That
mean,
wasn't.
yes, the New Day War Raiders, whatever. Fatu and LA Knight, Cargill, Naomi, El Grande Americano. Like night one was fine.
It's all right. Night two much better.
Minus the
And
main event.
and looking at it as a total and a whole, the entrances were trash. Um, there was no host. Like it didn't feel like it was flowing very well, in my opinion.
Mhm.
I felt
Yeah.
like if they would have had a solid host, they didn't even bring no Las Vegas showgirls out. Like they should have had
Relax.
the
Okay.
lines. Isn't that the showgirls where they do the little line step thing?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, they should have had
I don't
them.
know if they actually have showgirls anymore, like that type of showgirls in Las Vegas anymore. I think that's like that died out with like the Rat Pack. I think.
Oh,
I don't think they do that anymore. Maybe I'm wrong, and I just haven't been in those establishments, just other establishments in Vegas. So I don't know.
I think Penn and Teller was the Friday before, right? With the U.S. title.
Penn and Teller.
Yeah, or maybe it was NXT. I think it was NXT they did
Okay,
Penn and
I was
Teller.
gonna say I don't think I saw Penn and Teller on
But
WWE.
that's the thing. Like they could have incorporated more of Las Vegas into WrestleMania, and I don't feel like they did that. So with them, doing the whole Jey Uso run it back, I hope we get to see more of Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a show. It's bright lights. It's big, and the WrestleMania 41 entrances were not that.
Vegas has no true identity because
What?
there's no one. Wait, because there's no one who lives like really lives in Vegas. There's people that live like outside of the strip, but Vegas is just like a tourist attraction. Like nobody lives there. There's no like, oh, like New Orleans has such a rich history, right? There's places that have real history, and that's why, in my opinion, you have Vegas, right? And sports teams going there. Of course, our friend, your friend, my friend, everyone's friend, Daniel loves the Golden, or what are they called? Golden Knights, Gila Monsters. I don't know. I don't give a fuck about hockey. Let's be real. But they're doing well because what? Because they're winning, right? But I think like you have the Raiders. There's no like I don't think there's people in Vegas who are like, I'm a Raiders fan. I'm a I just they don't have like their own identity. It's a place where people go to get away.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like certain areas of like the Dominican Republic. Like the identity of the DR has its own identity, but like the touristy areas don't. It's just people that go there to get away.
Mm.
Or in Vegas on the other hand, blow money, lose money, see shows. Like, do you know anyone that's like, yeah, I rep Vegas, baby?
No.
You know who's from Vegas and like he doesn't really ever talk about it is
Ricochet,
is he?
Karrion Cross.
No, Cross is we talked about Cross last week, New York.
Oh yeah,
Not in a wrestling form, but then I just forgot his name. Kendrick's little cousin.
oh, King.
Baby Keem, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Anywho, back to wrestling. Yeah, it's whatever. I don't care. They can go wherever they want. And maybe if we are, millions and millions of viewers by that time, we will be in Vegas, and it's a much easier trip for you and I. So
It is
there we go.
6 hours down the street.
Well, on a flight. No, we are not driving. Let me tell you something. I'm way too fucking old to be getting in a car and driving to Las Vegas. We would fly. I
Come
don't
on,
give a
you
shit.
you
No,
don't want to road trip it?
hell no. I hate that drive. You're all hyped on the way. You get to Beaver. You're like, yeah, I love Beaver. And then you're like, I'm only halfway.
Holiday road.
And then the drive back is the worst. You're
Oh yeah.
broke, you're hungover, and it's just a long ass drive of nothingness. So yeah, I'm good. I'll do my 45-minute flight. Thank you.
Well, we just gotta bully your friend, our friend, your friend, Daniel into giving us his apartment for the week.
Yeah, I'll talk. Yeah, I'll talk to him. I think he wants to go, but I don't know. I don't know. Jazz Nation is being kind of sad right now, so we'll see.
Yeah, they did. I posted the clip of you being like, "Whoa, Jazz," crying, and guess who liked it?
Daniel?
DJ June,
Oh,
not Jazz DJ. I was like, "Oh, I wonder if that's a I see you like, or if it's like I agree with you like."
yeah. He's got to deal with that, quite a bit. I'm assuming, but
I'm sure of it.
yeah.
Okay, I wanted to start with a show that you don't watch, but it's a stat card. NXT Battlegrounds happening this Sunday, May 25th. It is one of these matches. This is kind of like a get back match, right? Tony D'Angelo versus Channing Stacks Lorenzo. This is
Wow.
the family. Stacks turned his back against D'Angelo. He turned his back on the D'Angelo family. So this is the get back. This one, all signs point to Tony D'Angelo losing. Unfortunately, all signs point to him losing. Losing and not even going nowhere. That's the bad thing about it. I don't think D'Angelo's going up. I don't think they're gonna move him just yet. And I wouldn't even want him to move just yet. Nobody on the NXT card right now, I don't think should move just yet. Just because Raw is smoking and SmackDown
could use some help.
SmackDown can use some help, but what's gonna happen when Roman comes back? Shuffle him back down.
Well, I mean, that's only one guy, but go ahead. Sorry.
One guy right now, but what happens when Jacob and Solo get to moving? What happens when they start pushing JC Mateo?
Oh God, yeah, we got to talk about that.
So, but yeah, Tony D'Angelo, Stacks. We have the NXT Men's Championship, Oba Femi versus Miles Bourne. All right, I'm gonna be getting back to Miles Bourne here coming up soon.
Okay.
This match right here, it's a huge look for Miles. Oba will remain champion though. TNA World Title, Joe Hendry and Trick Williams. Heel Trick is on a reckoning right now.
Heel Trick. That was a nickname for a girl in high school. But go ahead.
Damn, what a nickname. Joe Hendry.
She was a skater. Go ahead.
I don't think Joe Hendry loses his title, especially I don't see Trick holding the TNA title. That just would look weird. NXT Women's Championship is on the line. Stephanie Vacure versus Jordan Grace. This is to me, I think this is going to be the main event. It's either going to be the main event or co-main. Oba might be main. But I see Stephanie. I think she drops this title to Jordan. And I think this is when we're going to get the Stephanie moving up.
Good. I think it's, from what I saw, I think it's time for show.
Yeah, and they'll probably stack her on Raw. What a great place for her. But yeah, I mean, and look at where Roxanne Perez landed. I feel bad for Julia because Julia didn't get lost in the shuffle of SmackDown. She has a huge opportunity, right? Julia has a huge opportunity to actually uplift SmackDown, but I just don't see it happening just yet. But yeah, that's NXT Battleground Sunday, May 25th. I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, it'll be good. Yeah, let's get Stephanie Vacure to the main roster. Just do it.
Yep. What else? Do you want to hit Saturday night's main event now?
Let's talk about name changes. Okay. I've told you many times, I hate when rappers do it, right? I hate it. I hate just K the dog. You're K the dog. Shout out to K the dog, and I'm glad he went back to it. Many artists try to do name changes. What in the random bullshit name is JC Mateo when they said his name at the PLE?
Several times.
Yeah, not just once. It wasn't like, hey, there, I know that guy. I think he's so and so. No, they said his name multiple times, and then I don't remember them giving a reason as to why he has a different name on the show. Are we just gonna pretend like we didn't hear his name multiple times?
Was Jeff Cobb, is that New Japan? Because I know Lucha Underground, he was going by somebody else, another name, but he was also masked. I don't know if he was going by Cobb at that time. But you're right. I don't know if it's a licensing thing, but WWE should have paid for that name. You know what I mean? Like JC Mateo is not it. No, JC Mateo sounds like he's gonna be a law firm. Like call JC Mateo for your injury attorneys.
Yeah, exactly.
A tremendous athlete. What's that?
It's stupid.
It is. I don't even like Solo calling him JC.
It makes me think of a boy band.
Yeah, like AC Slater. That's what I'm thinking. Like Saved by the Bell.
JC, was it JC Chazé? Yeah.
Don't like it. Not threatening. And he's not even, I mean, Solo makes him look big. I mean, Solo looks bigger than him.
Yeah. JC Mateo. I don't know. Sorry. I it's so stupid. Are there going to be Mateo shirts?
Yeah. Well, what's the Mateo fans called?
JC Mateo shirts. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's going to be like a thing.
Which is the reason why I said what I said at the debut.
Yeah.
He's going to get lost in the shuffle just like the Tongans did.
Yeah.
JC Mateo is not the name. And all the thing that sucks is that he's a tremendous athlete. What he did to LA Knight was incredible. I stand in moonsault when the dude is 300 something pounds is crazy. You know, he is a tremendous athlete, and this is where it sucks is because he's getting thrown into a strong storyline that can only get stronger. They can pick up Roman at any time and it just pops, right?
Yes.
But I think he's gonna get lost in the shuffle because of where he's being placed, but two, because of this name change. It's not gonna stick. And hopefully I eat my words. Hopefully in the next 6 months we're coming back and we're like, yo, Dre, you were wrong. But all signs are pointing to this is gonna be a fail.
It's just an awful name. There's a lot in a name. Like, even when like players are drafted into the NFL, NBA, right? You get like if you got a solid name, it just feels so much cooler. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. We can move on, but it's just kind of like, what was the point of having him debut, say his name multiple times, and then change it? Because I was like, what in the hell?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Mateo. JC Mateo. I don't know. Awful. But we're not making millions off this thing, and they are. So maybe they know there's some math to the madness.
It does feel, and people hate online all the time. That's just like the thing they do on Twitter or whatever. But it does feel like we're in a very, like I don't want to phrase this in a way that's going to just totally shit on it, but the least interesting time period under Hunter's watch. Since Hunter's been running the company, this is very much like the most like non-interesting period. And maybe that has a lot to do because the Bloodline storyline was so good.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I mean, maybe we get something cool with going forward, as with Seth and Braun and Paul Heyman and Sammy when he turns and all that. But
it's hard to bet against Paul Heyman. Like as much as Hunter is in the driver's seat, Paul is out there voicing. He's letting his voice be heard.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I think that's one thing that wrestling fans has good going for them. Another thing I think wrestling fans have good going for them right now is Karrion Kross.
Mm-hmm.
Karrion Kross doing these interviews, being authentic to who he is,
Yeah.
and using the cards that he's dealt and shuffling them in a way and playing this hand that's just getting him blackjack every time. It's like, holy smokes. I don't know if you had a chance to watch his interview with Ariel Helwani, but he lays it all out, man. He does a terrific job. I don't know. Have you seen his documentary that he did about WrestleMania weekend?
No, I haven't.
It's on the Killer Cross YouTube channel. And he's literally just being authentic to who he is, and he's telling the people, like, I know what the people want. The people want this. They want authenticity. They want honesty. This is what they want, and this is what I'm giving them.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been great since he's been interesting weaving into these different storylines, but not being the main person. With the New Day stuff, with AJ, with all of this.
Have him be the main person.
Well,
he's ready, bro. He works the mic really well. He can wrestle his ass off.
Mm-hmm.
He has a manager that, like, we haven't even seen Scarlett. Like, let Scarlett do some stuff. I mean, let her be, mystical and do her thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'd love to see like a real squad with him. Like he could be a leader of a real squad. He had it, and then they dismantled it.
I loved AOP. I loved Authors of Pain. Like the whole the Final Testament was dope. I didn't really dig the manager. What was his name? The bald dude.
Paul Ellering. How dare you?
I know he's I know. I didn't really. I just felt like he was kind of just there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they didn't do a lot with him. I don't know if that's their fault though.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Yeah. Let's touch on a few Raw moments, maybe, because we shit on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about, our boy, the player of the century, Dom, and the potential not new member to Judgment Day, but she's definitely got her eyes set on something, right? And Finn, devious little Finn, throws her in there. Roxanne Perez. She brings the nuggets, a big box of nuggets. And
yo, did you see what Raquel said about the chicken nuggets?
What did she say? I can't remember.
Cheap chicken nuggets from a cheap bitch. Oh, she holding it down for Liv while Liv is going and recording a movie. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. So where does that take us? And how long is Liv out? Are they just not going to do anything with these tag titles? Just be like, it's okay. She's out. We don't need to defend these.
I really hope it's not another Bianca Jade situation where Roxanne's like, I can tag for you. And then they lose the tag titles. And the reason why they lose the tag titles is because of Roxanne. And then Raquel gets mad at Roxanne. And we have a back and forth with Roxanne and Raquel. Mm-hmm. I hope we don't see that. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. To be honest with you, I forgot they had the tag titles. And they just won them back from Valkyria and the Man, right?
Yeah.
So I totally forgot about it.
I did too, but that's because they haven't done anything.
Yeah.
She's been gone. Liv's been gone. So I guess, we can skip away from that. But what do you think? Like, are we breaking up? Are we breaking up the Judgment Day again? Or are we getting rid of Finn? Or what the hell's going on?
I think there's a lot going on. Do we get Finn leaving everybody? Do we get Dom and Roxanne, just leaving the Judgment Day, and then Finn's kind of just running the ship over there?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't know which way we're going with this. I would love to see the Judgment Day break up, but then what does that mean for JD? You know what I mean?
The Judgment Day, I don't think they can totally break up. They are so not reliant, but they just are so good together.
They are.
If they break up, it's the end of a lot of
careers.
Yeah. I don't know about. They could still, hit the indies or whatever,
but not WWE. Like JD McDonough, like they're not going to do a singles
Carlito. Yeah. Even your girl.
What, Raquel?
Yeah.
No, man, she had man. Her single, she was dope before she got alopecia or whatever. What did she get? That little rose.
Alopecia?
I don't know what it was that she had. I, I said alopecia because I was just watching Set It Off and
Oh my
Jada was
God.
in there. Man, Set It Off, by the way, one of the greatest movies of all time.
It's pretty good. Pretty
Um,
good.
but yeah, man, I think regardless, Roxanne Perez is not to be trusted. And Roxanne Perez is I love where they're going with this because she's gonna dig as much as we've seen Liv dig, we're gonna see Roxanne dig even deeper.
Yeah.
Pause.
We're going to have a fun little feud between those two once Liv comes back.
Oh, and they're both firecrackers too. It's like, oh yeah, let's get it. That's gonna be fun.
Yep. Some Money in the Bank people have won their qualifiers so far, just on the men's. Solo Sikoa, right? That's all we got for the men's. The women's, though, the aforementioned Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss. They just said, "Hey, Alexa's back. Let's do something. Let's do something with her. Let's just put her in Money in the Bank. Fuck it." We don't really have to touch on. Obviously, we'll do a Money in the Bank.
Let's go back to women's real quick. We gotta send some thoughts and prayers to Zoe Stark, Utah's own Zoe Stark.
Holy moly, man! I mean, I had texted you. I was like, "Hey, are you watching?" And you said, you're a little behind at the time, and I was like, "All right, I'll just talk to you about it tomorrow." Oh, dude, that was heartbreaking, and it just fucking looked like it hurt so bad.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
there's been moments in sports, in wrestling, where you're watching something and you're like, ugh, like it's just too much, right? And that was one of those moments. That was really rough, really rough.
Yeah, and
For those who didn't see it, it was like a missile drop kick that just landed really awkwardly, and that leg of Zoe's did not look right.
Yeah, missile drop kick. It looked like maybe Kyrie Singh was short, and it looked like maybe Zoe was gonna try to catch herself.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ended up, from what Michael Cole said, she has a history of knee issues. I don't know if we have an update on her medical status, but I hope that it was just kind of dislocated and it's not like what is that? Is it MCL?
Well, that looked like it could have been a number of things.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looked awful. I just was so like sick to my stomach watching it.
Oh, and then she's screaming. Her scream was like, oh
yeah,
my
dude.
goodness.
Yeah.
They didn't edit it either. I watched the replay. I watched
Interesting.
They didn't edit it at all. The medical staff jumps in, and Michael Cole's like, "Hey, it looks like we have an issue here."
Yeah, and then they go to break.
And Rhea's in the corner. You could tell Rhea was shook.
Yeah.
Rhea was shook. She was like, "Holy smokes!" And we don't see injuries too often. I mean, injuries happen all. I mean, we look at what JD did, but JD pushed through, right? We didn't really know JD was injured until he collapsed. And so to see that live and to see that it was true, it's not a work, and to see how scared the athletes were after that, like, oh man.
Yeah. Oftentimes in wrestling, it seems there's injuries, but yeah, like you said, the match, like it's not one where it just totally wipes out the competitor. And I just felt so bad. They put on a good match afterwards, like calling an audible, right? Rhea looked great. But man, yeah, that was tough, dude. That was tough.
Do they put the briefcase on Rhea?
I don't know. We got to see who the other three are.
Well, Roxanne's there. Roxanne beat out Natalia and Lynch.
Roxanne, Alexa Bliss, and Rhea so far.
If right now, I would love to see Perez get it. I would love to see Perez with this briefcase. It would make sense, right? Dom, who had was it Liv that had the briefcase before? Oh no, it was Liv, right?
Yeah.
And maybe that's the thing. Maybe Dom's a briefcase lover.
Oh.
I don't know.
He's got a fetish for briefcases.
Yeah, I know. Polish it up real nice.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get to all that. That's when is Money in the Bank? It's coming up fairly June 7th.
Yep.
So we got a lot of qualifiers. I'm assuming there'll be one tonight on SmackDown. I haven't looked at the SmackDown card. Also, happy birthday to, well, let's see. What do you call it after someone's passed and it's their birthday? Bray Wyatt's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe is it time for SmackDown needs something? Is it time for the Wyatt 6th to come back tonight?
Well, here's my thing. What is going on with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte? Like, is Alexa Bliss trying to convert Charlotte to the Wyatt family? Are they staying away from Bliss and the Wyatt family? Because she hasn't even acknowledged them.
I mean, she looks like she's still in it.
That's what I'm saying. She has Bray's stuff. She has all the Fiend stuff, like all the love sister Abigail. Like everything points to her still being with the Wyatt Six, and her and Charlotte. They've been talking. It seems like Charlotte's kind of hesitant on it, and she don't want it. But what if they convert Charlotte over to the dark side?
That'd be cool, but I don't think so. Because they aren't the dark side. Remember, they're good guys who kill people.
Gosh, no, they're not.
But that's why we need them back to be scary. Fuck. All right, let's move on. Let's get to Saturday night's main event. I can't think of anything else we need to talk about on Raw. It ended the same way it ends the last 3 weeks. Rollins,
A quick mention: Penta AJ tag team, fun.
Yeah.
That was a fun match.
Yeah. Again, AJ Finn, put them in a match every week in one way or the other. I'm good with it.
Yeah, JD selling the Mexican Destroyer off the stairs.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JD, the most. I mean, outside of guys like Gilbert, the most non-wrestling looking motherfucker that can really wrestle. And I guess I don't know if Gilbert could really wrestle, but that look though, the look where you're like, you wrestle, you're a wrestler, okay. But anyways,
going to Saturday night's main event, Logan Paul on Raw ended up super kicking Jay to end Raw. We do have them on this Saturday's night's main event on Peacock and NBC. Do we want to start there with the World Heavyweight Championship?
Yeah, we can do that. They're not going to put the belt on Paul, and if they do, I think it's a quick loss to Gunther. No, they're not putting it on him, dude. They're not putting it on him. I do like this heavyweight title picture though, World Heavyweight Championship picture, because we have Jay involved, Logan, Gunther, Seth. Like, there's 4 people where it's like it's an interesting story right now. But I'm going Jay. He's Mr. Yeet. It's Saturday night's main event. He's going to yeet all over for 15 minutes. There's going to be a match. Logan Paul is going to try to pull out the brass knuckles. Someone's going to stop him. That'll lead to his next feud. Jay will win. We'll get Jay Gunther. Gunther will get his belt back. But yeah, I'm going Jay.
4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. Jay gets the win.
The is what throws it off. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
What you been drinking today? You been drinking some hater juice?
No. I stand on business, as the kids say, when in regard to Jey Uso. Nothing's changed.
Jay is GOAT.
Oh God.
Where else do we want to go?
Let's go to Priest McIntyre in a solid steel cage. It's gonna be fun.
Cage. Last time we seen Drew McIntyre in a cage, it was Hell in a Cell, and I think Drew can't lose. Drew can't lose this one.
I don't know, because
he's been losing.
But so is Priest. When's Priest won?
Against McIntyre.
Hold on.
Yeah, no. he just beat him at what's it called?
What?
Hold on. What, didn't they just wrestle?
But they were in a 4-way match for the US title. No, neither one of them won.
Well, I say Drew's losing in the Drew Priest back.
And he beat him at Mania.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Priest is going to win this one.
You think so?
Yeah, which is fine. Doesn't hurt Drew.
I just feel like Drew's been losing so much, and I'm tired of seeing Drew lose. Like, he
won at Mania though. He won at the biggest show there is, just because you didn't like it.
Yeah, true. I'm gonna go McIntyre. I'm gonna go McIntyre.
Yeah, I'll go Priest just to I just think it's Drew won the last one. Priest will get this one. But I think it's going to be a fun match. Both these guys are great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Truth. Doing a True Cena or Punk Zayn, the tag match. That's the main event, right?
I think that's got to be the main event. Cena Truth. Shout out to our friend of the show, by the way. Again, showed love on Instagram. Shout out to R-Truth. We're on Killings. Unfortunately, I think Cena's going to win. I think he's going to win. But the stipulation is it's a non-title match, which leaves it open to interpretation and thoughts that creep in that maybe somehow Truth wins.
I don't know. We
by
had
interference from
who? Randy?
Cody Rhodes.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there. I'm fantasy booking Saturday night's main event. Because why not bring Cody back at Saturday night's main event?
Yeah, I love that look for Cody. And truth. I mean, what better way than to save two of the biggest baby faces, right? Truth and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
To see Cody come back and save Truth, I would love to see that. And I think
on the flip side, John wins, beating the hell out of Truth because he hates him, and then Cody comes. But I'd love to see a Truth like, oh my God, R-Truth beat his idol.
and he feels bad, right? And he goes back to Solomon and then gets attitude adjustment.
Yeah.
5-knuckle shuffle. The whole non-title match, I mean, we just seen that with Jey Uso too, though, and Jey still won. So
yeah, but
I would love to see Truth win, but I think Cena gets the win, and I think, like you said, I think we get Cena going unhinged a little bit and putting it to Truth as you know, they cut to commercial. I hope we see Cody come back. I think it makes sense to have Cody come back, a familiar face on network TV. I think that would be dope.
Yeah. But does it lead up to SummerSlam? Because what we get John for a little while, right? It wouldn't be Money in the Bank. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's like one of them things where it's like Cody comes back, helps Truth win, and then we get Cena Truth in a title match at Money in the Bank, and Cena just destroys him.
I don't know
which
if that
sets up for Money in the Bank. The real draw to Money in the Bank is the Money in the Bank matches.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody ever is like, not that I can think of, like, oh man, that title match at Money in the Bank was great. It's kind of like, what? Who? You know?
Yeah. Do we get Cena at Money in the Bank, right? I think we have to. I mean, that'll be a year since he's returned.
Yeah.
It would make sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'll go Cena against Truth, and we'll see what happens leading up to Money in the Bank. A tag match: CM Punk, Sami Zayn versus Rollins and Breakker. We don't have a name for this faction just yet, so Rollins and Breakker. Thoughts? Last time we seen these guys, it was the same into Raw. Punk coming to have Zayn's back against Rollins and Breakker.
Yeah, it's the same every week. I would love for this to be the switch when Sammy. But I don't know. You know the Sammy thing, it feels like he needs to turn when it's Jay and Punk, but I feel like that's so far down the road when Jay gets back involved with these guys, like hopefully anyways, right? Because he's on this title run, this title picture. So maybe it's time for Sammy to turn now. Like there's just little breadcrumbs dropped everywhere where Punk and him were sitting in the locker room, and you just felt like, okay, he can't trust him. Because it's not Punk turning.
Mm-mm.
And like I said, Sammy hasn't been a heel since he was into conspiracy theories like 7 years ago, however long ago it was. So maybe it wasn't that long ago, but it feels like a long time ago. So I'll just say it's going to happen here. Sammy turns, Seth and Braun win, and Sammy joins them.
And you brought up such a good point, though. A Sammy turn against Jey Uso, I feel, is going to be way more impactful.
I do too. But when does that come? How does that happen? I don't know, man. I don't know. It would be bigger.
I think that's when he drops the heavyweight title to Seth Rollins, is at the hands of Sami Zayn. I think that's where we'll probably see it. And that might be Money in Bank. Yeah, I was gonna say Money to Bank is too close. Probably SummerSlam. Jay drops the title to Rollins on the Sami Zayn turn.
And maybe there's a little like funk between Punk and Zayn leading up to it, where like, you know, they're both good guys, but it's like some, you know, one cost the other a match on accident, you know, that type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what this has nothing to do with wrestling. Why do kids say type shit? Being back on my old man stuff, I was in the gas station today, and we're gonna wrap this episode up. I was in the gas station listening to the cashier talk to another person, and they're talking about where they went to school, right? They got to be the kid's got to be 19, 20. The other one close. Yeah. Oh, I went Dub J. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All that type shit. And I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? Sorry, I shouldn't curse as much as I do, but I'm like, what is that type shit? What
Type shit.
type shit?
And
All right,
who says Dub J?
exactly. That's a whole other thing. I was at another thing this weekend where they just kept saying it. I'm like, it's West Jordan.
Bro, I heard Sojo.
Well, I've heard
It's
that.
South Jordan.
People
I've
say
never heard Sojo.
Yeah, a lot of people say Sojo. I don't, but I've heard it for
Bro,
years. I've heard it.
I come from the T-Villes, the Westvilles, right?
Yeah, I never called it Westville either. Like that was like it was just always West Valley. I heard people say it all the time. I'm like, no, don't call it West. Like it's West Valley.
Yeah.
Because Ville is one thing. Taylorsville, T-Ville, yes. This is very Utah talk for those over here. But it just pisses me off when people get lazy and say stupid shit. But Westville, it's a valley. It's West Valley. How do you get Ville? That used to drive me nuts too.
So
And I was young when people said that, like Westville. I'm like, it's Valley,
You're
not
so
Taylor, not like Taylorsville. Like we can be creative in the shit we talk about and the shit we call places, but it's got to make sense to some level.
type shit.
Westville type shit. And now I got my son saying shit. I got to Google.
Your son's saying shit.
Not shit, but he's saying
Oh.
things that I have to Google. Like I know, you know, like I'm like, what does that mean?
That's
He
funny.
said skibbity the other day. I'm like, what the fuck is skibbity?
Oh, this is a thing. The skibbity is a thing. Anaya says
Yeah,
this,
I know. It's a kid. That's the thing kids say. And again, I just feel old.
and there's like a whole song to it. I don't know. I have no idea. But we did create a new handshake. Me and my daughter, we got a little handshake now. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
My son, nobody cares about this. He has been such a shit lately. I don't know what's going on. 7, first grade's ending. We think he's going through a growth spurt, but
Again? Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
But I tell you what, his attitude the past 2 weeks has been one where like I want to pull a Rey Mysterio on Dom and pull out the belt and the chunkla and just whoop his ass. I won't, people, because he's 7. But it's like, what is the deal with you? Anyways,
You just get Eddie Guerrero to come out and be like, I'm your dad.
yeah, yeah. But he's still ridiculously into Bad Bunny. Steady's son is having a wrestling themed birthday party at the end of June. You got to dress up as your favorite wrestler. So we are looking for Bad Bunny's outfit from Backlash. Anyways, back to this wrestler of the week.
Hold on, that's the best, right?
No vest. It was like a brown long sleeve shirt that had a 13 on it, like it was his merch. Khaki pants, sunglasses to come out with. We're just gonna spray his hair black, because he's already got the curls, you know. So it's he's very excited.
Yo, speaking of, sorry, we will close this podcast out, I promise you. But you just brought up fashion. I just interviewed my friend Bangarang, and his friend, potentially our friend, RV. RV is a fashion designer. He has a brand called Lexicon, and we were talking about fashion. And he brought up your friend, Akomi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's my boy.
Yeah, and so when you brought up fashion, I was like, oh, I forgot. I was gonna tell Wonder that we were talking highly about his homeboy.
Yeah, Comey's out of here, right? Like he's to the point where like we're still great friends, but I can't afford his shit. Now his shit is like kids who don't. I say kids, younger people who don't have children, or just athletes. You know, Jalen Hurts is wearing his shit. Soccer players are wearing his shit. jazz play. Everyone's wearing it, and I'm so happy for him.
Yeah.
And once this podcast, this wrestling pod takes off, or I get whatever, I win the lottery, whatever, I'm gonna buy a bunch of his shit. But for those who just want to be fashionable, Akomi clothing is great.
What's the new name?
It's Akomi now. It used to be Okido.
Oh, that's what it is. Yep.
Yeah, that's his actual name. But now it's Akomi. And my father-in-law did a photo shoot for him. Really dope jacket, Letterman jacket, and that went really well. And yeah, it's just dope to see how far he's come. He's also low key in the wrestling. He doesn't talk about it, but he's gone to a few shows with me in the past.
Why don't he ever watch it with us?
He's very busy.
Oh, okay.
To be honest with you, yeah, he's very busy, but he's a great guy. Shout out to Gabby. What was I going to say? The last event I went to was a event put on by. I went there. Gabby was speaking. Young OGs were hosting, and I've never felt more not cool in my life in terms of fashion, because it was like a Comey. It was like a bunch of different brands, and just like the shit people were wearing, bro. I'm like, am I like, I'm like, how like you'd look at old guys, like dads and shit, and they'd have like, back in the day, they'd have like the jorts.
Yep.
And like the dad Nikes, Monarchs, right? And you're like, look at these dudes. And I caught a vibe. I was getting looked at that way, even though I felt like I was in decent clothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was like, everyone in here is wearing some shit. No offense to anybody there. It's just not it's not my bag. I couldn't pull it off. I could not pull any of it off. I feel like fashion has passed me. Shout out to Wash Dads though for making shit that I can wear. We are superheroes every day. Love Wash Dads. And I love the Comey too, but it's just like some of the shit I can't wear it. I can wear his tees, but then he's got some other stuff where I'm like, it doesn't look right on me.
It makes sense for guys, right? It makes sense to the Londos and the Lonzos and the Mike Styles, and it makes sense for those guys, right? It makes sense for them.
It's their bag.
Yeah, exactly.
They're fashionable fucks.
Bingo. I wouldn't know what to pair a watch with. I'm getting my G-Shock and I'm happy.
I've wore an Apple Watch for the last like 6 years.
Yeah. I am at the point where comfortability makes me feel better than the way that it actually looks. So I get the Monarchs. I get New Balances. I wouldn't even be wearing New Balances, but now I'm like, oh, the big N on the side. Comfortability.
Honestly, some of the New Balances look pretty good now.
Oh, okay.
Right? I'm still a checks over stripes ends Reebok sign, whatever you call that. I got the new Jordan. I hadn't bought new shoes in God knows how long. I bought some new Jordan. They're from the Comfort line. Like it's brand new to Jordan. And they're so comfortable, but they look nice too. Anyways, we got way off topic. Wrestler of the week before we get out of here.
Wrestler of the week. You want me to go?
Yes.
Okay. This might be a little outdated now because we recorded a little bit later in the week. But
still the last week. It's fine.
Miles Bourne. Miles Bourne is my wrestler of the week. Okay. And the reason why Miles Bourne is my wrestler of the week is, one, he got a huge match this weekend against Obafemi. He has a chance to put on the NXT Men's Championship on his waist. And on top of that, he he won the Men's Battle Royale, right, to get this title shot. And on top of that, he cuts one of the best promos I've seen in a very long time from a rookie. And when he cut this promo, he was 100% honest. Watching Karrion Kross talk about honesty, talking about people want people that are authentic. Miles Bourne comes out. Miles Bourne says, I want to address something that you guys have noticed. He has a speech impediment. He talks a little different. He comes out, he says, I am partially deaf.
Oh.
So Miles Bourne is literally, I'm getting chills. Miles Bourne is literally wrestling deaf. And if you know anything about pro wrestling, a lot of these guys are calling moves inside the ring. So to see this dude perform at a high level, I mean, to the level where he's getting a title shot while he can't even hear.
It's crazy.
I'm like, wow. And he was you got to watch this promo. Just search up Miles Bourne deaf or whatever. And you'll be able to find it. But not only that, it comes out this week that he he is dating and has locked down. We might need a moment of silence for this. Stephanie Valkyrie.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. Deaf.
Definite. So Miles Bourne is just, man, he's knocking everything out the park. He's winning. This dude's on cloud 9 right now, and he's doing it with a shorty with a title on her waist, and is about to. She's one of the biggest superstars in wrestling right now.
Yeah.
So for that, Miles Bourne, you are my wrestler of the week, my man.
I like that. One quick note about deaf wrestlers. There's a very funny, I want to say it's on one of the Stone Cold Broken Skull sessions or whatever, or may have been on his podcast before he did the Broken Skull sessions. It's him and Taker talking about the first time they wrestled together. And I guess Stone Cold in one ear has his hearing's really bad, right? And so Taker's calling the match, but Stone Cold can't hear because Taker's talking pretty quiet. And so I can't even tell you how funny it was just to hear them talk about that moment where Undertaker thought Stone Cold was fucking with them. But yeah, it's really good. But anyways, my wrestler of the week goes to Rhea Ripley, and the reason being qualified for Money in the Bank. Also, her and EO had not EO. Jesus, that was a Freudian slip because I was thinking about EO. They pulled off that match so well after Zoe went out.
Oh, Kyrie Singh.
Kyrie Singh. Pulled off that match so well. And I was thinking Rhea, I was thinking EO because they've been so tight. Pulled off that match so well. She just looks incredible. Like she is just a specimen, right? And not even from like a pervy standpoint. It's just like, fuck, you put in a lot of work. And she's great in the ring, as always. And to be truthful, she has lasted for so long being crazy over, where like guys like Cody, they had to, they sent him away for a little bit because he needed to get that back. Maybe Jey Uso's the only other one, but he hasn't been over as long as Rhea. She could honestly, most weeks could be the wrestler of the week, but because of qualifying for Money in the Bank, because of holding a great match when they had to call an audible due to Zoe's injury, I'll give it to Rhea Ripley.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
How often is she on? How much is she on that list right now for 2025?
She's not on there at all.
Ooh, first one.
Oh, twice. I have given it to her twice. Week 1, I gave it to her. I can't remember what happened in week 1, but she's on here twice now. Tell you what, though, Miles Bourne, his first time on this list.
And I think we're going to see his name on there quite often. If you don't know Miles Bourne, get to know him. He is a replica of Randy Orton. Randy Orton actually gave him a good rub. And I think that that dude, he has a bright future. As long as he can stay healthy, he can wrestle his ass off.
Yeah.
And he got a tough shorty on his side.
Yeah. We need to put on your board the way Booker T reacts to that move. We need like like a 10-second where we just hit that one.
Yeah, I'll get it for sure.
Yeah. You've interviewed about 15 rappers recently, and a lot of them have come out. So you want to just shout out your shit?
Can I just vent for just a second?
Of course. Of course.
I try to be honest in any sit down that I do. I try to be honest. I try to ask the questions that I'm curious about and that other people are curious about. And if you come on my platform, you should expect that. So when we have a conversation and you don't like the way that the interview went because I'm asking you real stuff and you don't share the episode, we got a problem. Don't ask to come on people's podcasts or people's platforms and not share the content that we created together.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like if me and Wonder create a dope single and it doesn't get pushed. Yeah. Why? Because I don't like my verse. Well, I should have wrote better. I knew I was going to do a song with Will Wonder, and we agreed upon something. I should be pushing it, as much or as more than the person I'm doing it with.
Oh, I can't wait to hear who's being a non-share.
I'll tell you straight up, CFO. CFO. And CFO is going through some personal stuff.
You were just showing him love a minute ago.
I mean, I still love the guy. You could be critical of somebody and still love him.
Yeah. Okay.
Same thing with my friend, your friend, our friend, Gabino Grimes.
Oh.
Episode is out.
Yep.
Been out. Dope episode. Talk some really cool stuff.
I'm halfway through.
I haven't seen him share it. I
Oh,
haven't seen him share it. Maybe he's busy, right? Maybe everybody has their a thing going on, right? It could be kid stuff. It could be, work stuff. Regardless, I get it. I'm not saying this like these are people that I care about, right? I want these people to succeed in life, but at the same time, share the shit. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
can't be the only one pushing it.
Yeah, that's why I stopped. I don't care about interviewing. Well, multiple reasons, but like some people really do. Like, oh, this is great. Yeah, I was on this, and we took time, and I know it takes time, and it's a lot of time invested with no money back.
Mhm.
And to the simplest thing you can do is be like, oh, I was on this show. Check it out. Especially when it's about you.
Yep.
That's the wildest shit. When
Yep.
it's about you and you spent an hour and I don't know, half, 2 hours, whatever of your time, and you're just like, nah, like it's just so confusing. It's so fucking confusing.
But on the flip side, I had a great conversation with a producer, artist named David Da Vinci. He actually just graduated music school.
Oh, nice.
Salute
He's
to
been
him.
around for a minute, hasn't he?
He actually produced K's first album. A lot of the beats he produced on K's album.
Did he? It doesn't. We're getting the Utah rap talk. I thought was he? He didn't do anything back. He's younger.
Young guy.
Okay,
Like,
never mind. I'm thinking of somebody else because I was thinking of Illmatic. I swear there was someone by that name that messed with them.
Nope. This is a newer guy, and he actually has a group called Camp. And him and David Da Vinci and his another artist in that group named Lou came on the pod, and they just dropped a new single called Touchdown. It's very top 40, and the kids,
Oh, great. We fucking need more of that. We need more. I'm type shit, Riz and shit. But top 40, we need it. We don't need any more. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get on a whole thing, and I'm just gonna keep rambling. Go ahead, Dre.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, those guys, they shared it, right? They came on, fun time. They shared it. Even I was critical about David Da Vinci ghosting. I put him on the radio. He didn't put a single. That was 2 years ago. He ain't put a single out until this last one. I'm like, where you been for 2 years, right? Mm-hmm. So I was critical about him not doing anything and calling himself an artist and a creative, right? So, yeah. But he still shared it, right? So that's why I'm saying, like, well, as much as I got people that don't share, I got people that do share. So I'm trying to be balanced and be equal.
Sharing is caring. That's all I say. Yeah.
But follow us at Figure the Number 4 podcast on Instagram. Help us get over that 1,000 mark, and tell a friend. Maybe you got a friend that watches wrestling and wants to hear some different commentary. Share this with them. Maybe they'll like it.
Type shit.
Is that it?
That's it, bro.
All right.
Shit.
All right. We're out.
Skate.
Peace.